Even talk to me in real life, you know, about my
dear.
YouTube. I want to see it on YouTube, you know.
Hi everyone, I'm Selina.
Hi everyone, I'm Paris.
And welcome to
Love Uncut.
So today we have reached 50 subscribers. So first of all, thank you to everyone who's subscribed. We know there's lots of stuff to watch on YouTube, and the fact that you've chosen to add us to your list means a lot, so thank you. I guess in light of us having 50 people that we can rely on to watch our videos, we wanted to reflect on our journeys and just let you in on our learning so far. So we've picked our top 3 topics that we're going to explore in terms of our learnings.
Our reflections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's, you know, it's very much a hands-on thing. You learn as you go along. And I guess our reflections are going to be different to the next YouTuber's reflections. So yeah, we're going to go over the time aspect of having and running a YouTube channel, and then I guess the internal factors, how it's affected us and the challenges we've experienced specifically, and I guess other people's reactions, you know. So I don't think it's all family and friends who are subscribed to us, but you know, thank you obviously to you guys, and you know, there are some people who we don't know as well who are subscribed, so thank you for joining the Love Uncut family. I guess it's a lot to say that it'll be hard to get 50 people in a room, you know, kind of every week, but that's what kind of subscribers are. They're there every week, you know, we didn't start the channel for numbers, but it's a milestone that we reached. I had no expectations, so just really happy that, you know, we've reached this milestone, and you know, we're going to keep going from here and keep growing from here.
So we'll kick it off. The first topic we wanted to reflect on was time, and I guess I'll just jump in there and say that I never realised how much time it takes to edit videos. Why do you look so perplexed?
I need to do a template. It's a video template where I can just ensure that it's got the same.
It's definitely a new skill set that we've both developed along the way, but it's interesting to see how long it took to edit our first few videos versus how long it takes now. It still takes a long time. It's obviously worth it because you guys are watching, and that's what we're here for. We're here to give you guys content, but I was really shocked at how long it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had an open book when it came to, I guess, how long it would take. I just didn't know. I had no reference point. I wasn't going to go and ask one of my friends that does video editing how long it takes. It's such an abstract question, so we just threw ourselves into it. Obviously the intro episode was like, you know, 2 minutes long, so that wasn't too difficult to edit, but the next one was literally trying to tackle a global pandemic, racism, and it's 50 minutes long. Yeah, so whew, you know, it definitely takes time, but it's a labor of love, and you know, it does feel worthwhile whatever video we put out, because of the effort that goes into it. You feel really accomplished. I'm sure there's some sort of brain chemical that switches on whenever you know, accomplish a task that you've set out, and then, you know, even with subtitles, things like that, if you didn't know, like, you have to type them all up yourself. So, you know,
well, you don't have to, but obviously if you want it to actually make sense, because I think the subtitles that YouTube suggests are a bit dodgy sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah, you don't have to, but if you don't, your subtitles are not going to be accurate. So in effect, you have to, right? If you actually want subtitles that people can respect, that aren't going to have spelling mistakes, completely out of context, you have to.
It just depends on your preference. So yeah, we obviously try as much as possible to keep up to date with keeping the words accurate, keeping the subtitles accurate, but it does take time. Like, imagine typing out every single word someone is saying, or 2 people are saying rather, in a 1 hour episode, and there's all the sort of you know, there's slang words, there's words that, or there's laughter, and it's like you're literally having to capture everything. So
yeah, I feel like that's more time consuming than editing, or it's close. But we're definitely going to continue doing it. I mean, primarily for those that are differently abled or people with hearing impediments, we want them to also check out our videos, and
yeah,
subtitles enable that. And you know, our friend from Latvia showed us someone who was speaking in Latvian with English subtitles. Without those subtitles, wouldn't be able to engage at the topic I want to know about. So yeah, we're definitely gonna continue with that. But yeah, subtitles kind of surprised me. I think that in the future they'll make it like super in sync and somehow it can tell how you speak. And I think you said when we were planning this episode about like how it's like a part-time job. So do you feel like it was, I don't know, what were you doing with your time before? Do you feel like it's taken over all your spare time?
I do think it takes a significant amount of time, because obviously we've mentioned editing, we've mentioned subtitles, but even things like thinking of topics and preparing for topics and setting aside like an evening to film, because even the filming takes time too. Like there is a lot of, I think you have to be dedicated to making this work for it to work. Do you know what I mean? It definitely is kind of like a part-time job, because it's like you finish your normal job and it's like, right, do this, or write video editing or filming, or what are we going to film? So it definitely is something that's consciously there in your mind that you have to do, and you want to do it. Like, of course it's not a chore, we enjoy it, but just letting everyone know there is a lot of time and hard work that goes into this. And I mean, you just said, is it kind of taking the place of something else? What else would I be doing? I mean, I haven't had as much time to sew, for instance, as I had previously during lockdown before this started. Why are you furrowing your eyebrows?
It's more like a raised eyebrow. Like,
okay.
I mean, you know, it's not like you sew all the time, although you're amazing at sewing. But I know what you mean in terms of having the option of doing it. I get what you're saying.
Well, it's also like we're not robots. We need time to decompress, right? So immediately after filming or editing, if I'm like mentally tired and I need to just sort of go and rest, I'm not going to jump straight into sewing, you know. I am going to go and sit down and have a little cup of tea or whatever. So I think that if you work hard, you have to rest. Like, you can't just be doing stuff all the time. That's how people burn out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So the second topic we were going to reflect on was, I guess, more of the internal sort of aspect to this. So all the behind the scenes stuff, how we work together, how we've had to learn to work together, because I guess it's very different just being in a relationship and doing your own separate things to being in a relationship and almost running a business together, if you can call it that.
You don't need to shy away from it. I mean, it is a business. Because...
Or a baby, almost. It's like your little baby, isn't it?
Yeah, especially for those that are earning an income. What else are you going to call it? A charity? It is essentially a business. And yes, it's your baby. It's, you know, it takes time, effort, consistency. Building on that point there.
Yeah.
You know, I know that your good friend, just got married recently. Woo! So it's going to big it up here. But the point is, as part of the premarital counselling, I know that they were going to go bake a cake together, right?
Oh, well, I think one of the suggestions was you should bake a cake together before you get married. I don't know if they actually did.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just shows that, you know, it's important in relationships to be able to work together. And I think that, you know, running a YouTube channel together or any kind of business with your partner, depending on the dynamics in the partnership and just your specific situation, have you got kids, have you not got kids, what's going on, there's all these different kind of configurations that can happen. But at the core of it, you do need to be able to work together, whether it's baking a cake or doing a YouTube partnership. And I think that I definitely discovered that specifically about YouTube, a creative endeavor. I'm very much on the fly, surprise Selina with stuff, and then you know, Selina's better at the planning and organisation. So I've had to reel in, you know, some of that instinct, so that my co-collaborator can feel comfortable and you know, we can make this work. That's been interesting, and Selina wants to film, you know, right after work sort of thing. I don't mind doing something else and then coming back to this, because I guess in a way, I mean, it is a hobby for both of us, but it just depends how you view it, you know. I guess there is an element of, especially if you're being consistent and disciplined, knowing that you need to film. And I think that kind of links into time anyway. So the more organised you are, the more time you're free with, because then you can just automate upload stuff.
I feel that it's interesting because you realise how everyone works differently. So I kind of like filming straight after work, because then it's like you have the whole evening to either sort out the filming, or if filming is a quick one at that point, then you have the rest of your evening to do stuff. Whereas if you finish work and then you have like 3 hours and then it's time for filming, it's very easy for people to kind of just be like, oh, we'll do it tomorrow, or oh, we're tired, or you kind of almost too relaxed, whereas after work you're still sort of in go mode and you're motivated. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, the flip side is that you actually haven't decompressed from work. You've come straight onto camera with the, you know, your shoulders up to your ears from
the work shoulders.
Yeah, but so yes, I guess there's a balance to be had, and that's the main thing, you know, to say.
And again, I mean, you mentioned, you know, potentially trying not to be so last minute with stuff. I guess on the flip side, I have to be open to things being last minute, because not everything goes to plan, and sometimes in the last minute you'll have a much better idea than what you've planned for. So it's something that I also have to work on, and I guess it's nice in a way, because it's a learning opportunity for both of us to not only learn more about how the other one works, but how we work. Because I guess when you're doing your 9 to 5, you don't work with your partner, so they don't know how you are at work. I've said work about 500 times, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in terms of, I guess, last minute, it's mainly how inspiration strikes, but neither of us want to be scrambling around. And the fact is, you know, whenever we put out an edit, we always, you know, both review it. You know, we are happy with what goes out there. So whatever's on the cutting room floor, unless we do a compilation. Unless we do a compilation at some point, you know, you guys don't see that. But, you know, I think it's important to not be harsh on ourselves as new YouTubers working together for the first time, a new time. There's gonna have to be teething problems. Hello, do you know what I mean? Especially for those people that no longer want to sit on their hands and actually want to go out and do their video like us. There's a lot of learning 100%. On the job. 100%. So, you know, kick back, relax, enjoy the ride.
I think that's a good point, because I think it's very easy to look at stuff and be like, oh, that wasn't quite right, or oh, that's like the second too long or too short. But there's a lot of work that goes into it, and I think, as you said in the first point, when we look back at stuff and for all the hard work, for what has been achieved, well, I'm quite proud. I think you're quite proud too. And as long as you guys enjoy it, or, you know, keep coming back for more, that's the main thing, because the whole point of this channel is for us to discuss varying points, and for us to prove that, you know, you can be a couple, you can even just be friends and agree to disagree, and have all these discussions without, you know, points of massive contention and all this kind of stuff. So
yeah, and that's something that's going to play out and, you know, develop as things go on. I mean, we have done also reaction videos. You know, so, you know, we're trying different things, and we're enjoying the, you know, the journey as we
and I think we're always open to keep trying new things, aren't we? So that's kind of the beauty of, I guess, being in control to an extent. Of course, if you guys want us to try stuff, then let us know, because we're definitely open to that too.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of you guys, the next point.
I just wanted to make one more point. Sorry. I wanted to make one more point about internally. So when you're editing when you're editing a video where it's both of you talking, like, you get sick of your own voice, you get sick of their voice, you get sick of your own face, you get sick of their face. And then you're in lockdown, and then you're also seeing them in real life. But it's more the, you know, it's like you're amplifying your exposure to somebody almost.
Oh dear.
You know, and I think that we've both driven ourselves crazy, kind of editing it, hearing our own voices. you know, subtitles and things like that.
Oh, because it's like literally you watch a clip and then you go back, watch it again, because you're trying to make sure everything syncs up. Then you add, I don't know, a little bit of text, so you have to watch it again to make sure. And then it's like if you change the clip before it, then you need to, it's just like you can hear the same clip about 50 times.
Yeah, and that's for people that edit their own videos. Some of those big shots have people to do it for them, so their brains don't get crushed. But yes, I think you mentioned, you know, before we started shooting this, it's a new skill, and you know, thankfully technology is really friendly in terms of the editing. Technology and stuff, friend. You know, so thankful for all the good feedback about that.
So speaking of feedback, I'll nice link there. Speaking of feedback, so the third point is about feedback. You guys, your reaction to what we're doing. So I think that's quite an important reflection point, because I don't know about Paris, but coming into this I really had no idea what the reaction would be, what the feedback would be, what the reception would be. Would people even watch us to leave a comment? Would people leave comments or come to us directly with feedback? I think it's kind of been 50-50, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, primarily to your peoples, because, you know, we're at the stage of 50 subscribers, so I think it's mainly people we know or know of us, and then of course the amazing people that we don't know that are on this journey. I mean, you're all amazing, but you know what I'm saying. And to be fair, you know, people tend to come and give you feedback on WhatsApp. I didn't know this, why didn't you tell me that? And it's not just one person, it's been a bunch of different people. And I say, you know, the social media world is different, but we need that algorithm to start moving. So whatever you feel, put it on the comment section. WhatsApp ain't gonna do nothing for me. Facebook Messenger isn't going to do anything for me. If you have a YouTube account, just stick a thumbs up on it.
Even maybe people aren't comfortable leaving their thoughts in public.
Yeah, so just stick a thumbs up on it. You know, if you wanna help me, you know what I'm saying? Because I think
help us. There's two of us.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the instance of I guess my friends are messaging me, you know, about feedback. But yes, of course, people that do the same thing to you, I'm sure they have also done it on WhatsApp. So yeah, you know, if you can't watch all the video, then yeah, definitely thumbs up. And I even say, maybe if you haven't even watched 1 minute of it, still thumbs it up. Yeah. Because, as I say, all these little clicks and interactions, like, they all add up. So that's my main thing that I want to see. Don't even talk to me in real life, you know, about my YouTube. I want to see it on YouTube, you know. So let's get this ball rolling, because people are sheep. So you guys start the trend, you guys start commenting, enough people will feel comfortable to comment, because this isn't just about us agreeing to disagree or you know, putting points out there. It's also about people in the comments. It's a whole community thing. Fueling
a conversation outside of the video too. I think it's interesting though, because people who have commented on the video, so we have a few sort of ongoing commenters. I thanked Aluta Viz in a previous video because she's more or less commented on every single video. I think if not, you know, at least 90% of them, so thank you so much. We've also had a few other commenters who are a bit more sporadic, but they still give us comments, so that's amazing. We've had a few not very nice comments from racist people, which is always interesting, but I think when you're posting videos about anti-racism, you're likely to attract the trolls, aren't you?
Well, it's not a safe topic, and you know, when I told my work friends about the fact our second topic was going to be on anti-racism, they were like, are you sure? And they themselves are people of colour, so they themselves are not necessarily trying to silence the conversation, but they just know it's not a safe topic, and no one's ever recommended touching on that topic. But if you can't be yourself on your YouTube channel, your authentic self, and speak about what you feel, then you know, where else are you going to do it? And as I've alluded to, I'm always that guy on the WhatsApp that people eventually stop responding to because they don't want to have a deep conversation. Not today.
Yeah, Paris was all about deep conversations, but I mean, in terms of that particular topic, it's something that we both have felt, continue to feel, will continue to feel very strongly about, and will always, you know, stand up for. So it was quite an intense topic to have, yes, but it's an important topic. It's a real topic. It's something that everyone needs to, you know, keep bringing awareness to. So I
Yeah.
make no apologies.
Yeah, we don't regret it. Of course not. And it was amazing how, you know, people's ears were pricked up to listen to this.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've even seen people quitting their jobs as well when they don't have you know, when there's a stance they don't agree with in their workplace. I mean, you know, some policemen in the States have had to quit their jobs. And yes, you've got people in the UK, DJs quitting and things like that, you know. So there's different levels that you can kind of put yourself out there. But if you, you know, us talking about on YouTube, that's minor compared to people, you know, risking their livelihoods. And it's not easy for anybody, whether you're an ally or whether you're a black person, you know, speaking about it. So everyone that's not afraid to have the conversation and try and learn and listen, you know, big up to yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so any other, I guess, feedback that we've had? So apart from engaging with the topics, people have also had feedback about, I guess, like us.
Yeah, how we interact or our dynamic.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because sometimes it's like quite it's like different extremes, isn't it? Some people really enjoy our dynamic and, you know, think we're fun, enjoy the facial expressions and all that kind of stuff, and then other people kind of feel that, oh, someone talks a bit more than the other, or someone's cut off. I think like the key thing to remember is that we're just people. We obviously behind the scenes have been together for a number of years, like there's no like animosity or anything here. We are who we are.
I mean, no Selinas were harmed in the making of this episode.
Well, and luckily no Parises were either. But
Yeah.
the key is like, we're just talking, you know, and sometimes when you have a conversation you do cut someone off, or sometimes you have a conversation and, you know, it's something that maybe you feel more strongly about, so you have more to say than the other person. Or in some cases I tend to be more of a reflector, so I might take a bit longer to state my point.
It's almost like it's going to be difficult for you to get your point across, but it's always going to be on perception, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting thing about humans. Like, two people can look at one thing and see completely different things, you know. It's like that paint blot test thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, or people see a green dress or a blue dress, and, you know,
the dress.
Sometimes, you know, Selina is the one who edits the whole video, so I'm inclined to think she wouldn't, you know, make herself look like someone that's been cut off. I'm inclined to think that, but hey, you know, we recognise that obviously being on the internet, that is what happens.
You're putting yourself out there, aren't you? So everyone is going to have their own opinion, their interpretation, you know. Something that we might find funny, someone else won't.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure I've offended a few people. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if I've hurt your feelings, and let me know, and we can talk about it. On the comments though, don't message me on anything else.
Can't forget the analytics, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but seriously, like, we never want to intentionally hurt or offend anyone, but everyone has their own opinion. I really believe that you're entitled to have your opinion, as long as you're not actively hurting anyone. I really think that.
Yeah, well, in some cases it is indirect, you know, the things that you say and your opinion. And I think, you know, maybe even above that, like, you're entitled to feel how you feel, you know, because I think people will have an emotional reaction to some topics, you know, and therefore those feelings are valid. You know, and I guess someone else cannot control your feeling necessarily to said topic, because your feeling on said topic could be different to the next person's feeling. So how can you know, the original person with the opinion be responsible for everyone's different feelings at once when the feelings differ? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, you know, when somebody has a feeling, your feelings are still valid. I guess it's how you channel them, you know, and I guess how you reflect on it. You know, is it rational, is it irrational, and then is it anything in between? Yeah, so I think, you know, overall we've been overwhelmed with the positivity. As I say, I had no expectations, I still have no expectations, but yeah, we're just going to keep doing this thing. And thank you guys for your feedback. Definitely let us know what you think. at all times.
At all times. You want to know everything. That
Yeah.
sounds a bit creepy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, let's make it personal. Do you know what I mean? You guys are technically in our house right now.
Okay.
Just can't get any more personal than that. So
Oh,
what's
to
the
be
next
fair, I was going to
topic?
say you've only seen the wall, but you've seen the couch as well. So yeah, you've seen around the house. Letting you in bit by bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a journey. We're looking forward to what's coming next. You
Yeah.
never know, especially in
Yeah.
the world of Paris and Selina. We've got some crazy stories, and you know, when the time's right, some of the stories as well I've come out with already, and you've come out with, you know, people are kind of shocked by them already. So yeah, you haven't seen anything yet. But yeah, right. So have you got anything else you want to add to our lovely 50 subscribers?
No, just big thank you again. Thank you guys for
Thank you.
always watching and for subscribing. You know, we appreciate it. We appreciate you seeing our faces every week.
Yeah.
And look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like, yeah, if it's your birthday, let us know, you know, give us a message and we'll definitely shout you out so it can be celebrated, you know, on the channel as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we will be back next week, Sunday at 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. Thank you guys.
Is that right?
Yeah, Greenwich
Okay.
Mean Time. Okay, definitely like, share and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. Peace and love.
Bye.